All right, now that if you have a strong enough support system in your ceiling that you know, like the chain is wrapped over a rafter in your barn, I cannot do this. I don't trust my connection at the top. It's just a lag bolt inside a finished garage. One technique is to use, a golf ball will work. A baseball would be preferable. You take this ball, you wrap it in the hide like that. Okay. Now that you have it in a ball, there's a big, that baseball or the golf ball will make a knuckle. You tie the rope around it as tightly as you possibly can, like that. It may take a couple ties. And what that allows you to do, now that's a connection, and you can tie this end to a vehicle or a couple guys pulling on it. I can use this technique a little bit on this one, or you can stand on it with your foot. This animal, I could literally grab this and just pull down on it. If you have an older animal, you're definitely going to want to probably use this and maybe hopefully have it hanging in a barn where you can do this, where the roof is strong enough up top. Mine is not. It's strong enough for me to pull. I could probably do it on this one with a vehicle or my lawn tractor, but it's just not necessary. This animal's going to peel quite nicely. I just wanted to show you one of the techniques and to make it easier for you to skin your animal. And I can show you how this will work. And we'll just pull down on this as if it was tied to something. And hopefully the golf ball will stay in. Sometimes what I do is, golf ball's not a very good thing, a baseball's better. Once you get enough height, you get height down a little farther, it gives you a little more to tie around. And it's slippery, so sometimes they do come out. So I'm just pulling on the rope and just peeling the animal away quite nicely. You may have to come around the backside as you're peeling and cut some of this connective tissue and fat and stuff just to make sure it doesn't just rip stuff apart. Normally doesn't. You just peel it, make the job easier, especially on an older deer. Now, if you have an older animal and the hide's really stubborn to come off, this is one technique that I developed when I've shot some older deer, some bucks especially. You'll find that the hide sticks, and you can do some of it with your fingers by jamming your fingers in there. I found that this thing works really good. A chisel, a blunt chisel would work also, but this has got a nice handle on it. The best part about this is I found that it doesn't cut the hide. So what you do is I just grab a hold and I just go like this, and you just aim right for between the hide and the deer and the meat and the muscle, and you go like that, and it's breaking that pocket. It's the same thing your fingers would be doing. It just, on an older animal, and I don't really need to do this on this animal, but this just works very slick on older ones. And it keeps your fingers from getting tired, especially if it's really cold. Your fingers will get numb really in a hurry. In here right now it's about 40 degrees. And just keep working that down. Okay, so excellent technique for getting stubborn hides off of animals. All right, I've got the hide work down, the animal down the back, starting to approach the shoulders. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to kind of come around to the back to this side. I'm going to show you how to do the legs. A couple different variations on how you can do the legs. If you're using the rope with the golf ball technique, one of the easiest thing to do is just to take a saw and just cut these legs right off. And the hide will literally peel right off if you're using a vehicle or something else to just power and strip the hide off. It'll peel right off. You can, if it's an older animal, you can go ahead and cut the legs off and split this part here. It will make it come off much easier and faster. What I'm going to do on this particular animal is I'm going to go ahead and take a saw and just cut these things. Just grasp firmly. You're not going to ruin a lot of meat. I usually come just above the joint, right here, just above it. There's really no, you're not going to waste anything. This is all tough stuff that you later on will have to be ground in a hamburger anyways, because you can't eat it without it being ground. So just, sometimes it's a little tricky to get through the hide. You can make your knife ahead of time if you want, but we just get it going back and forth. Eventually, then you'll know when it's eventually going. Doesn't cut hard, just like that. Couple strokes, you're done. Okay, now I'm gonna bend down here. I'm gonna do this one. Got a hold of it, and I'm showing you. Be careful not to cut yourself. That's why sometimes if you want to cut through with a knife first, that's fine. Couple good strokes, it's through into the garbage. Okay, since I'm pulling all this off by hand, I'm going to spread this out a little bit. And here's what you're going to try to do. Is you want to do this just like we did up top. You want to come to this end, get underneath the hide, stick that knife underneath there. Just weave it in, wiggle it, wiggle it, wiggle it. It'll go right between the meat and the hide. Wiggle it, wiggle it, all right? And the object here is to try to bring it the shortest route, and that's like right here to here. I mean, you could end up there, that's fine, but I just turn my knife up. You're not gonna damage any meat doing this. I bring that point, and I can feel that if you run it far enough, you can actually feel it when it's hitting the ribs on that. And once you get to the ribs, just go like this and give it one good swipe. And there, it's cut it open enough now where you can start peeling this back. Okay, you got that one split. Now I'm going to do the other one. Same technique. Come up underneath the hide, it goes right there. I'm going towards the front of it typically until I feel I hit ribs. And then if you want, you can draw back just a little bit, but you're not going to damage any meat. There's not a whole lot of meat right in that area. And then I can do this one a little slower. I won't just pull. I'll just go ahead and now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and stay cutting against the ribs. I'm just going to bring that right through, but the issue is here. I'm cutting across the top of the hair, and then you get all this hair. That's why I typically wait and not do that. That's why I didn't do that on this one. Now that I've got that split, I'm going to go ahead and pull this down. The flank on a buck, on a large buck, this flank would be steak. Flank steak, flank meat would be just huge. And this animal is a yearling, so it's not very large. And now I'm just going to go down towards my split. It looks like it's a lot of meat, it really isn't. You can always peel it off later if you want to take the time to do it. I'm looking to get this hide off of this shoulder. So just give it a little pull, and you're going to see it. It's going to come right over the top of the shoulder. That's meat right there. This is the edge of the hide right here coming across. Pull like that. There again, a little connective. Just drag the knife to take care of some of this connective tissue. And it's exposed. Now I'm going to come around the back side and release some of the pressure just by going like this, which on this animal I can also just go like this. See how easy that peels? One benefit to shooting younger deer. Alright, now I'm going to do the same thing with this leg. Like I said, if you're using the rope technique, my hands are quite cold right now. You don't have that hassle. Alright, we're just going to continue on down. Same technique, just pull on it. Look for the connective tissue that's connecting the hide to the animal. I'm just barely rubbing that. Flame knife works very good for this. Okay. Pull down, pull as far as you can by hand.